regarding the 24-hour sun and southern circumpolar stars observed on Antarctica. This is the effect that creates the 24-hour Antarctic Sunday. This explains why we actually have two separate observations, one made lower inside the liquid lens, with a higher concentration of actual salt in the water vapor, and one standing highly elevated above it, on Antarctica. A higher or lower concentration of salt bends the light more or less, creating a different breaking index. The lower you are, the more salt is concentrated in the air mix. Different gases result in translucent layers of density above us, yet medium changes can be projected on. We can even see how when there is no matter, there is no light. Laser needs dust to be seen on. No dust, no laser, no salt atoms, no laser light. The glass supports the first sun reflex, then the right pane of the aquarium supports the second sun's reflex. Either we observe from the bottom of, standing inside the liquid vapor gas lens, or we observe from a highly elevated location, Antarctica, far above it, frozen, dry, creating two different refracted images, one even appearing to turn the complete, exact, opposite direction. I just gave you a working model that would work on a flat Earth, explaining why someone would think there was a south when there is none needed to explain two different yet similar observations. There are 2+ possible observations with two different conditions, made the same exact time. Both phenomena can only be seen on the exact opposite sides of our world, and never witnessed through first-hand observation due to the limitations of our human perspective. Our angular resolution is just too small when standing on the plane of illusions. The left green dot, seen on the glass, represent our sun's local light reflex. The green dot on the right would be Polaris, the focused second sun reflex, linked to our middle of the night location, that ever changes with the sun's first reflex. Gaseous layers of atmosphere create smooth mirror-like behavior, even reflecting light back up to the dome under the right angles. That's before starlight even hits ground-level water surfaces that most definitely can reflect back up, creating large sky-turning spectacles. Our southern pole is not actually any physical pole, it is a spectacle formed directly by sun-light, creating the optical illusion of a completely new patch of sky, observed only on the exact opposite side of our domed world. Recall night. The exact location of these circumpolar stars, moving with the south, rotating with the night, are linked directly to the location of our sun, on the other side of our enclosed system. Circumpolar stars move little, close to focal point Polaris, the Aura's supposedly random center, while further star trails appear longer, captured in the exact same shutter time. These stars and their trails all fall under the laws of perspective. I am down with science, all the way up to their full sphere. Flat Earth has never been stronger, especially now that all the retards have shown their true face. There actually is a functioning model, an explanation for the 24 Antarctic Sun, and the inversion of our observations, but Jay could not understand it before getting mad and blocking people, calling them a liar. Jay is no truther, and unfortunately does not actually understand his own observation, and does not even want to know anymore either. The shape of the Earth's surface could also not be determined by the trip he took, but now after years he claims the opposite is actually true. A flat Earth actually has no problem bending light through layers of gases. It's called refraction index gradient. This effect is what enables a 24-hour sun standing on a higher elevation like Antarctica. Refraction also causes the double or even triple sun to sometimes be observed, and the elevation is what creates a second counter-directional observation. One observation is done in the center part of Earth, surrounded by salt water vapor etc., and one observation is done directly, elevated above the liquid water vapor lens that we normally all stand inside of. The outer rim is higher, drier and frozen, thin air. Looking through a crystal ball will invert the entire image. A single water drop flips all light coming from the entire universe, but Jay thinks light cannot fool him. Different atmospheric conditions create a different observation through atmospheric lensing. More salt in the water vapor creates a smaller breaking index, Breaking index can even get negative. This is plain science. Also, astronomers use a star diagonal to flip the entire image back to what they expect to observe. They flip the captured light themselves entirely as well. When standing in the north, looking north, you are observing the north, as well as the south behind it. This mix creates a different star field of vision. When standing south, looking north, again, you are seeing even more north between you and the south behind that central north. Our sun creates our night. Polaris is linked to our sun. The sun is focused through the dome, to exactly mark the middle of the night part created by our sun. Polaris pole star is the sun's second reflex seen on the back side of the dome. They are linked perfectly, because one creates the other. Sun in Polaris equals 1. Layers of the atmosphere, different gases, have medium changes between them and form a flat smooth surface between them for projected light to be seen on, and reflect starlight coming from off of the firmament, back up off them, inverting their entire apparent rotation, when seen on the outer backside of the dome. Light plays tricks on us folks. We can't explain every single holographic trick light plays on us, but we can get pretty far. Light just breaks differently on different locations on the plane. Even if you don't think layers of air or water vapor, layers of gas can reflect stars' lights back up, then water sure does reflect light back up on the largest of scales. Light is not seen between source and screen. Atmospheric conditions can and will flip the sky's direction entirely, and it does not need any creation of an inverted south pole to do it. The lights in the sky actually prove a flat Earth, not a sphere, as they made up half of the entire sphere. They made a full sphere out of 2 copies of the same dome we have. There indeed is a mechanism that explains why we observe the sun move the other direction when in the south than we are used to in the north. People just need to include an atmosphere above their flat Earth maps, and learn how optics actually work in the real world. There are no 2 halves, there is one observation, and one mirrored observation depending on where you stand to observe it. They made up half of all stars in the sky. They made a sphere out of only a dome of information actually available in reality. They made the backside of Earth entirely water, because making up plans they could not do, as we would then be able to check, hence all water was used as it has no properties we can check. The star map was easily mirrored, land's not so easy. The fact both observations can be made on a flat Earth means Jay's position is chosen out of ignorance, and is his philosophical choice, based on his newly found global religion. Let Jay explain a full moon observed during the day, especially a full 24-hour moon observed on Antarctica. Tell us how the moon's phase remains full all night. Tell us why the moon's phase remains the same all night, when it is rotating all around your globe during an entire night. No change in any shadows on any crater, all night. Explain. You have infinite potential. Walk in love, walk in light, and may God bless you on his flat Earth.